All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Cub Scout Den Leader portion. If for some reason you don't want to be here or have another place to go, I understand, and you can sneak out now, even though there's only like 4 other people than me. I won't notice and I won't say anything bad. So, hi, thanks for coming. I want to start this evening and I am going to screen share with you. I've got my presentation and I am just going to do that real quick. Maybe. Ooh, there we go. So thanks for coming tonight. As always, we start with the Scout Oath and Law. And that is, I like to have pictures for my kiddos. They seem to do better when they have some kind of recognition. I know a lot of adults who have problems remembering this. And so the more times that you have people seeing it, the better off that the break going to be. I like to have, there are great posters that you can have, but these are also great that you can do a printout of and have at the beginning of each meeting so the kiddos can see it. And the outdoor code, we don't always do the outdoor code as much as we probably should, but all the boys and girls, when they get to their troop, they need to do, be part of and understand the outdoor code. So I like to share this with them. It's got the highlights and you can also find some fun, cool stuff that goes along with it. Okay, so we're gonna play a game because games are fun and yes. Okay, so we are gonna do first letter out, last letter. So we're gonna choose a category. I'm gonna be crazy and pick that for you. And so we would say, I'm gonna go with animals. I'm gonna be kind this evening. So I am going to pick a first word and so if I say picked elephant and then it was Matt's turn, he would have.
I'm so bad at spelling.
I know. That's why I didn't say giraffe because it was like, ooh, that's mean. So then you have to come up with an animal that starts with the letter T, which is the last letter of elephant. And then
Tasmanian devil.
What did you pick?
Tasmanian devil.
Okay, so Katrina, you're up next. L.
Right, leopard.
Oh, Adora, you've got the D.
Dingo.
Orangutan.
Tan. N.
N. Thank you.
O-N. It's a gnat.
Gnat. Okay, then I'll take tiger.
Adora, you're next.
R.
You got to start with R.
Rat.
The audience laughed.
Tyrannosaurus Rex would be really.
Doesn't have to be alive. So X. That.
No, I won't do that.
Tarantula.
Tarantula. There we go. That's kinder. Thank you.
A.
Tarantula. Aardvark.
Okay, right?
Kangaroo.
Adora, you got O.
Octopus.
Opossum.
Ooh. Oh. Minx is getting us back to that X. I got to get something else.
Monkey.
Oh, monkeys. I love monkeys.
There you go.
Oh, Y. Yak.
Okay, you left me on a K last time, buddy. Koala.
Oh. Adora, you got A.
Anteater.
Oh, okay. Eater. Rabbit. We already did rabbit, didn't we?
No.
Rabbit.
T is a terrier.
Oh,
A raccoon.
A newt.
oh, good one. And it's another T.
I got nothing to help you.
I know, because we already did tiger. We did tarantula. We aren't going to do Tyrannosaurus Rex. We could do a... Okay, we really shouldn't fall out on T because that just seems like lazy. Tilapia.
What's a tilapia?
It's a fish that I don't like.
Oh, it is yeah, that is a fish. Okay, A. It's an
Ape.
pull eating. I don't.
Ape. Go easy. Go ape.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the freebie. Ape.
Okay. We already did elephant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've helped you guys like 3 times, so it's time to step up here.
I'm thinking.
Eeyore, and that's not an animal.
Eagle.
Donkey.
We're in scouting and we can't think of an eagle? Oh my gosh. That should have been a home run.
It should have. Adora, you've got E. Do you have one for us?
Eel.
Oh,
ooh, good one.
and I think we probably should end this happy little game. I'd be happy doing this the rest of the night, but I'm going to go with lemur because I've watched Madagascar. So.
And now we have Robin. Rob needs to take on an R before we let this go.
Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't see him. So Rob, you need to start with an R.
How about a rhinoceros?
Oh,
there we go.
Good one. Good one.
Good call. Okay. So again, thanks for being here tonight. We are going to talk about thrifty this month. This month is our thrifty month. And thrifty is such a good word because it can be used for so many ways, but best use of its opportunities. I kind of like how that is worded. I think that that's great. Generous to those in need. Of course, we love that. I just think thrifty could be used in so many different forms that I kind of enjoy the fact that we've got that one this month. So having said that, being thrifty, we're going to use our resources. So those of you who may or may not know about it, there are videos that are created by the National Council. They were done by individuals who I believe submitted them. And they are available for any belt loop or activity badge that you have going on for your kiddos. You know, some of them are cheesy, I'm not gonna lie, but they actually have some pretty great information in them. And I think that the kids are pretty good with that. So I have chosen this month. So Adora, you have lions, right?
Lions and tigers.
Lions and tigers, oh my.
Right now, my lions aren't participating.
Okay.
Because they're in a different city, so it's just tigers.
Okay. Matt, what are you working with right now?
I have my daughter's a tiger, and I have 2 wolves.
Oh, cool. Okay. So we're going to hit all those. So, you know, it's kind of hard to gauge because we do whatever works for us during the month. Some of us are great planners and we can plan out our entire year and do it in succession and it's all perfect and wonderful, but I'm not one of those people. Sometimes things come up, the weather doesn't work for us to do the activities we wanted to do. We have to switch things around. So for this month, I chose the Lions Fun on the Run. Okay. And really pretty easy. Learn and demonstrate 3 exercises you can do each day. Have the lions make a nutritious snack for the den. Understand the importance of rest. And then participate as a den in a jungle field day, which is pretty much whatever you design it to be. And, you know, it's pretty cool. So with that, I have put the link for the Fun on the Run activity, the belt loop, so that you can see where to go so you can watch the video. I am going to have us watch one video tonight, just so you know what you're looking for. I know, Matt, it looks like you've watched them. Adora, have you watched any of the videos yet with your group? No?
No.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna do tigers if that's cool with everybody. Does that sound good? Okay, so for the tigers this month, I picked floats and boats. I mean, how can you go wrong with stuff that's wet? You've got water to play with. Your kids are going to be crazy happy with that. You're talking about water safety, buddies, you know, things like that. And so we've got this floats and boats. And bear with me because I should have practiced how to copy this over. I should have been prepared. And, oh my gosh, what the heck's on that? Oh, why can't I see it? Sorry. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Okay. So can you all see the video? Is it coming up for you? Is my shared screen working?
Mm-mm.
Okay, hold on. I have to be smarter than the average.
Sorry, you're not sharing that specific window.
I know, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
It's share screen, and you got to pick something different.
How about now?
Nope.
No. What do you have?
A blue box.
A blue box. That is so not helpful for any of us. Oh my gosh. I'm failing.
You're not failing. I actually can't figure out how to get audio to go through my Zoom's screen shares. So
Okay, hold on. I've got.
You can hear it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
You can go back to your.
Because I talked to Rich.
Okay. So go back to your meeting. That'll be fine.
Okay, you think more on the big rock, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
or your meeting, yeah. Okay, guys, what do you see now?
Blue box.
I'm going to stop my share and try it again.
Share, instead of sharing a window, just share the whole screen. I don't know.
Okay, can you see my PowerPoint yet?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll just make up our own video to go along with it. And remind us that technical difficulties happen at the worst time ever. So, floats and boats. Again, I said that would be the one I picked for tigers. Have either of you done the floats and boats yet this year? Okay, you did it. Matt, what was your most successful part of it?
I did it one-on-one with my daughter, and it was just going and you know, teaching her the buddy system with her family. And we had a little lake cabin that we rented up by Paulina Lake, and it was, I don't know, buddy system. The prone glide was the hardest thing for her, just because she's scared of getting her nose in the water, but it we loved making the little boat, and we loved, you know, moving it forward. And she came back and could tell the rest of her den about the buddy system, which we also reinforced on a hike that we did.
Oh, nice.
So you know, you have buddy systems on hikes, you have buddy systems in the water, that, or so that worked out well. And it just fun playing in the water. I think you could do it in you know, the city pool, or any body of water that a first grader could go knee deep into.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think that anybody on the coast, the 5 different types of boats would be like easy for them, because those kids are seeing them every day coming in and out of the harbor, or on the, you know, so I really think that this is a great one. It is, I'm glad you said that you did it with your family, because it is a perfect one where, you know, if you're not going to be able to do it as a group, it's not going to be a bad thing. Doing it with your family is perfectly good on this one. You know, building a boat from recycled materials to get it to float into the water, it gives the kids creativity. It gives them so many ideas. And so having a competition amongst the family or their den to see who can make the biggest or the smallest boat and make it float, just tons of fun in that way. Okay, so moving on, for Wolves, this month I picked the collections and hobbies. Anybody worked on this one? Matt, did you say you have wolves? Okay.
I do have wolves, and we haven't done this one.
Okay, so it's a pretty cool one. You're going to begin a collection of 10 items that have something in common. They're going to label them and decide how to title their collection. That's pretty easy. I mean, you can go from anywhere from stamps to Pokemon cards to Legos to, you know, Transformers to, you know, rocks. Rocks are cool. Kids love rocks. Shells, if you're lucky enough to be near a body of water where you can get shells. All of those things are great. Don't stifle their imagination when they choose. You know, a collection to us may not be the same as a collection to them, and they're going to have their reasoning why they believe it's a collection. So remember to give them some leeway and to kind of take a step back and look at it from their eyes and how they see that it is a collection to them. They're going to bring it to the den meeting and share. So obviously, if it's something that's too big, have them bring pictures. This is also something that they could do on Zoom, because if they're Zooming from home, they can easily show you things that they couldn't load up in the car and bring into your next meeting. So it actually gives them a little bit of a leg up on that one. And then they're going to want to visit a show or a museum that displays different collections or models. Right now, we're pretty lucky in that there are so many museums that are doing some kind of online forum that has never done it before. You're going to be able to see a lot of things that you probably never thought you would ever be able to see. But because of COVID, everybody had to look at something differently. And so they've got their collections online. So that one's a really cool one that they could do. Watch a webcast or other media presentation about collecting or model building. And then this one's kind of fun. Create an autograph book and get 10 autographs. I mean, we're talking people who are in your den. We're talking about teachers. We're talking about grandparents. We're talking about whoever they want to put in their book. Remember to have them use it and the safety guidelines around it. And they're going to talk to people that they know, and they're not going to just ask random strangers on the road to sign their book and, you know, how to be polite about it. But it's pretty cool. And then they can write a letter to some person that they think is great. You know, they could pick a political figure, they could pick a baseball figure or a sports figure, they could pick, you know, so many different people out there that they've seen. So this one is, I really like this one because I think it's very doable. Everybody's kind of on a level playing field on this. It doesn't, you know, you don't have to be engineering minded to build some fancy bridge or something. You're just making a collections of things that mean something to you. So it really, to me, this is one that makes a level playing field for everyone. Okay. Do you guys have suggestions of things that you think, you know, you might show the kids that they may enjoy for a collection, or how you would get them intrigued into a collection?
Well, I have my patch collection from Scouts.
Yeah. Which is very cool. You could bring them in, you could show them how, I don't know if you have the blanket or if you've made the vest, but having a patch collection is very cool. The kids, I mean, some of those patches out there are really, really unique. And so it's great to have something to share with your kiddos, and say, hey, I earned this for doing this.
Yeah, like anything from your community that has a little bit of nostalgia to it.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, totally. There are so many things, and we are actually kind of lucky. And I don't think it's too much of a stretch to do some kind of pictures for, they want to collect something, but they can't, you know, physically do it. I don't think it would be too much of a stretch to take pictures of things that they'd like to collect. But maybe they can't, you know, it can't make it work right now. But I think that would be great. I think you could do a lot with the signature, the autograph book. Money, kids don't even, I mean, we all know that cursive is out the window right now. So to see the handwriting differences between, say, your peers and your parents and your grandparents and your great grandparents, the handwritten items are so different at this point that I think it would be really cool to just do that, and compare it with the rest of the 10. So having said that, I do also have the link to the collection and hobbies, and I'm not going to try and share it because I don't know how to do that. And then for bears, I did the Make It Move. I chose the Make It Move one. It is pretty cool because it's got the exploding craft stick reaction. If you haven't done that, search it on YouTube and you can see it's just basically you put craft sticks or the tongue depressors in a long, long line across the room. I mean, you've got to have the pressure on it. And then when you release the last one, they just all fly up. It's very cool. Kids love it. It's just practice it before you go to your den meeting, and B, remember you have to have patience. I did it with my den. The boys loved it. But man, it took a while to get it down and hold it down, because it will, if you have the least amount of, you lose the pressure on it, it's just going to start exploding as you're doing it. So, and then of course, any kind of Rube Goldberg type machine is super cool to the kids. Just, we are lucky that we have the Science Factory, and they had, for a long time, they had a wall with Velcro that you could put different things on, and so you could follow the ball down the wall and have it jump.
Yeah, the ping pong ball fell down. You can.
Exactly. So that is a perfect, perfect model for that, what that could be. So it may be a great idea if, I don't even know, I apologize, I don't know if the Science Factory is open right now. But that would be a great thing to go and take the kids to see and kind of explain what it is. There are other things that, I'm sure you could watch it on YouTube, obviously pre-watch your videos, but there are so many things out there that I think it really gets them thinking of what they can do and how we can get from A to B. And so it's very cool. All right, I am so lost on time, guys. I apologize. Next is day camp. Well, we all know that that's Debbie's favorite. So, yay! Happy dance. We are at this time, we are planning in-person day camps, okay? So long as the state doesn't close, it is our sincerest hope that we are going to have in-person day camps for our kiddos to get out and play with and the adults, because sometimes us adults need to go out and play too. So we have each of the districts or locations areas is working on their day camps. Dates have been picked. I can tell you that Greenwoods is the 13th through the 17th of July. It's a Tuesday through Saturday. And there's going to be a date that's going to come up, and it's going to determine whether we can have, you know, a full in-person day camp, if we have to have limited numbers, and then we would have an additional online camp. But right now, that is our plan, is that we are going to be in person, obviously with safety precautions. So be prepared for that.
The 13th through 17th is like Camp Harlow does their age-based camps like once a month, and that for the Cub Day Camp age group, that's one of their open weeks. So that's some stiff competition, but
it really is. And traditionally we would be the week earlier. However, Camp Baker has moved their resident camp to the week earlier, which made us in turn have to move a week later.
Well, I'm happy changing our calendar around.
So
is anybody going to the May event at Baker, May 15th?
I don't know about the May 15th one. I know it's in the works. I think it's going to be great. I do know we are also going to have one in April at the fishing ponds again on the 24th.
Oh, another one. That was really fun.
Yeah, and so there will be another one at there at the Junction City Ponds on the 24th. It'll probably be the same time frame. We are looking for, I believe that we're going to be on probably more watched numbers, because we had such a great turnout that our numbers were probably higher than what the BLM had wanted us to have there. So yeah, so promote day camp. If other districts are planning their dates, they are getting confirmation from their locations. And registration should in fact be up before too long. I'm thinking within the next week, we're going to have registration up. And it's still
is that date firm enough that I can push it out to my pack?
Yeah, I mean, barring the sky falling.
Well, or you know, the metrics changing to super horrible or whatever it is.
Yes, yeah, that is the date. That's what we got right now. So, all right, so yay, day camp. And then I have this closing that I kind of think is pretty cool. I apologize that I am not really sure on our time frame here, but I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. And it makes you think, and I kind of enjoy things that make you think. A member of a certain church who previously had been attending services regularly suddenly stopped coming to church. After a few weeks, the pastor decided to visit. The pastor found the man at a home alone, sitting before a blazing fire. Guessing the reason for the pastor's visit, the man welcomed him, led him to a comfortable chair near the fireplace, and waited. The pastor made himself at home, but said nothing. In the grave silence, he contemplated the dance of the flames around the burnt logs. After some minutes, the pastor took the fire tongs, carefully picked up a brightly burning ember and placed it to one side of the hearth all alone. Then he sat back in his chair, still silent. The host watched all this in quiet contemplation. As the one lone ember's flame flickered and diminished, there was a momentary glow, and then its fire was no more. Soon it was cold and lifeless. The pastor glanced at his watch and realized it was time to leave. He slowly stood up, picked up the cold dead ember, and placed it back in the middle of the fire. Immediately, it began to glow, once more with the light and warmth of the burning coal around it. As the pastor reached the door to leave, his host said, with a tear running down his cheek, "Thank you so much for your visit, and especially for the fiery sermon. I shall be back in church next Sunday." In this story, the man had realized that without guidance, an individual's flame can flicker out, but once rejoined, the flame can rekindle. The same is true in our daily lives as well as scouting. We need each other to help guide us through the daily trials we each face. I think that's a pretty,
Amen.
yes, absolutely. So remember that we are all out there and we all need your help and your support. So don't give up. And I guess we're done, but thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you back in the breakout room.
We are all better together.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
I need all of you.
Oh, and I need you too.
All right, we're still waiting on the Cub Masters and the committees and the scouts. They're going to get kicked out in 3 seconds.
That'll show.
Ours kicked us out already.
Yeah, well, they decided to wait until the last second to come out. Awesome. Welcome back. Hope you had some real good conversations going on there. Excited about that. We now have just a few announcements that we would like to make before our closing tonight. First of all, I would like to ask any of our district executives if they have any announcements that they feel they need to share, that need to get shared for everybody here. All right. A couple of things to bring up. We have an OA service weekend camp. Is going to be at Camp Baker. It's April 16th to 18th. All of our OA members, and make sure your youth are well informed about this. Scott, you had something you wanted to comment on that?
I was just going to mention, I tried to answer those questions in the chat.
Okay.
So anyway.
Yep. So okay. OA service weekend coming up.
McKay?
Yes.
The service weekend registration closes this Friday.
So get on the Chiskin. It's chiskin.org/service to get registered for that this week. We have a Merit Badge Fair coming up at Camp Mooney on June 4th through 6th. Go to the website for details, get registered for that. That's open to everybody in the council. Wanted to make sure everybody knows Wood Badge is going on at the end of this month. We still have a couple of open slots for Wood Badge. So we can still take a few more, not many, but a few more registrants, get registered right away to do that. We really want to make sure that people get trained. You know, in talking about, you know, getting, having a plan for getting your leaders into it. If you get your parents and your committee members and people through Wood Badge early, it helps to get them on that service mindset and being able to continue the programs that our troops are offering. Final message is our NYLT is still looking for youth staff. So if any of our troops or crews have youth who've been through NYLT, they're still looking for some staff and looking for some people to volunteer for that. So
what are the weeks of NYLT?
NYLT
April
is
22nd through the 27th.
August.
Of July.
Right?
August.
Sorry, yeah, August, not April.
Oh,
I'm in April.
Okay, 22nd. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's like the third or the last weekend in August there. It's the week after the scout camps. Get your, if you have youth, get them registered. You have youth who's already been through, they're still looking for some staff. All right.
When is scout camp?
For Rob, do you have the weeks for scout
All
camp?
the dates are on the council calendar.
Yeah, they're all, if you go to the council calendar, the dates for Camp Malacqua are in August and the dates for Baker are in July.
Okay. Okay, and then can you please tell me what NYLT stands for?
Absolutely. Apologize for using the acronyms. We've been doing that a lot tonight. NYLT is National Youth Leader Training.
Okay.
It is the national training for all of your scouts who you want to put into leadership positions. Super helpful. I've had, my daughter has gone through it. My second daughter is hopefully going to be going through this year. So I highly, highly recommend it for all of the youth, but especially for those who are in leadership positions. What was that?
And we can just look that up?
Yep, it's on the scout calendar.
Okay, thank you.
PSA.org/.